Our next honoree is Dr. Joanne Katz, who has made extraordinary contributions to the field of public health, blindness prevention, maternal and child health. She is a professor of international health with joint appointments in biostatistics, epidemiology, and ophthalmology at the Johns Hopkins Bloomsburg School of Public Health. A statistician and epidemiologist, Dr. Katz has made significant contributions to the health of children and the elderly in Maryland and Baltimore City through her research in eye disease. While her research focused primarily on those underserved in Baltimore, its results will have impacts across the nation and around the world. Dr. Katz's research in Asia and Africa has sought to find affordable interventions for micronutrient deficiencies, infectious diseases, and poor reproductive outcomes for pregnant women, teens, and children. Her work has contributed to the design and content of global health training programs. She has won awards for her teaching skills, including the Johns Hopkins Alumni Knowledge for the World Award, and is the president of the Faculty Senate of the Bloomsburg School of Public Health. And she chairs the Institutional Review Board to protect the rights of research subjects in our state and around the world. Dr. Katz, it is our honor to induct you this evening into the Maryland Women's Hall of Fame.
I know it's a long evening, so I'm going to try to be brief, but I really am very honored to be here this evening, and it's really a touching ceremony. So I wanted to first thank the Maryland Women's Commission for honoring me this way, for the selection committee. I know selection committees are very hard work, so thank you so much for doing that work, and for the organizers of this event. I wanted to start, when I thought about where do I come from and who do I thank, I thought first of my parents, particularly my mother, who was a lawyer at a time when women didn't do that kind of profession, but my father as well, and both of them felt that education was very important, and that it was as important for women as it was for men, and that it was something you took with you wherever you went in the world. And so I am very pleased to have a career in education and to be able to affect the lives of so many women and young men as well. I think that that's a really lovely sort of profession to have. I would also like to thank my mentors, in particular Batu Santoshan, who's here this evening, and also Kate O'Brien, who nominated me. When you have great mentors, you can do many things. And I hope that I can be that way for others as well. And for the young women coming forward, look for good mentors. It really makes a difference in your life. And then I want to thank my family. My husband is here this evening. It's very hard to have a career where you work hard and long hours, and particularly for me where I work overseas a lot of the time, without having a partner and children who are supportive of what you do and who help you make that happen. So thank you very much to you. And then I want to also thank Linda Copeland, who's here this evening, because she's my third parent, and when I went to work every day, she would look after my children, and it was really wonderful to know that there was a person who I felt really comfortable, my children were safe, and they've grown up to be lovely young men, and she really was responsible for that so much, so thank you. And then finally, the kind of work that I do is really with populations and communities and involved with their health and improving their health. And I really want to thank all the communities that I've worked with over many years, those in Baltimore City, in Maryland, but also the women in Nepal, for example, where I've been working since 1988. These are all people who have provided a lot of support, who have given their time and effort in order to improve the health not only of themselves, but of many other women and their children as well. So I really appreciate this honor this evening and thank everybody for making this happen. Thank you.
Our final inductee this evening is Ms. Lizette Woodworth-Reese. Who is nominated posthumously by Joe Stewart, the past president and current recording secretary for the Baltimore City Historical Society and a Waverly Village restaurant historian, an accomplished and compelling poet. Lizette Woodworth-Reese was hailed by the Baltimore Sun during her lifetime as one of the most distinguished poets in the country. Others said that she influenced American lyric poetry as no other woman ever has. Lizette Woodworth-Reese and her twin sister were born in Baltimore in 1831. She grew up in Baltimore and taught school there for 48 years. She once wrote that in passing a public school building, every American citizen should feel like uncovering his head in salute to those within who are spending their span of life in the nobilities and sacrifices of this spacious and most ancient of professions. Unquote. Absolutely. Her first poem was published in 1874. Her first book of poems was published in 1977, followed by at least a dozen more. In 1931, she was named Poet Laureate of the state of Maryland and was granted an honorary doctoral degree from Goucher College. Lizette Woodworth-Reese died at the age of 79 on December 17, 1935, but her extraordinary legacy of beautiful poetry will live on forever. Mr. Stewart, we thank you for bringing her to us, and we honor her posthumously. Would you like to come and speak?
I can either see you or read what I have to say. In a life spanning the Civil War and Great Depression, she became a single-minded, self-supporting woman with a strong sense of values, which she stuck to and would not betray for the sake of fashion or personal gain. She was hardworking, independent, and extraordinarily gifted with a beautiful, lyrical, and spiritual inner voice. Not only did she teach thousands of students for 48 years in school, but her musings were published in a dozen books. She also helped organize and sustain literary circles and organizations where women were welcomed and nurtured. Lizette Woodworth-Reese's 2 volumes of social history have given us a keen, sensitive look at the world she lived in, where wrenching, rapid, revolutionary change transformed the landscape and lives of her fellow villagers. Much like our own lives are being transformed today by changing technology, chaos, and unpredictable upheaval. A Victorian village and the York Road can be read as testaments to her ability and strength in preserving for posterity at least a picture of the environment around her as it was disappearing every day, and in capturing the calm fortitude of folks who simply and courageously carried on while the world around them spun out of their control. Thank you for honoring this very special woman, and please, to make sure that we do carry on her legacy, please do read and share her volumes of songs.
Thank you. What an extraordinary group of women. that we have inducted this evening into the Hall of Fame. Don't you agree? So another louder round of applause for all of our The names, photographs, and biographies of all 6 of the honorees will be permanently posted on the website of the Maryland State Archives and will be displayed on a plaque at the Maryland Women's Heritage Center as well. Here to present this year's plaque is Delegate Susan McComas. She's represented, who serves as the president of the Women of the General Assembly. And here to receive the plaque is Ms. Diane Bailey, Managing Director of the Maryland Women's Heritage Center.
We actually do have a woman legislator with us now. This is Delegate Karen Lewis Young, who was on the selection committee for the Women of Tomorrow, and her husband, Senator Ron Young, are with us.
Thank you so much for giving me this honor. You know, we were both in session tonight, and we got out maybe 10 minutes ago, and of course my husband wanted to go to dinner, and I said, no, this is more important. I'm going, and he wanted to join me. So it's my honor to be able to present this plaque. And now who? You are. Okay. Sorry, not totally with the program. Had to readjust very quickly. But thanks again. It's an honor, and I want you to know how proud we are of all of you and happy to participate in this endeavor.
Again, I'm Diana Bailey. I'm the Executive Director of the Maryland Women's Heritage Center, and congratulations again to the inductees. And it seems that we're kind of passing the torch tonight, because tonight you are part of this organization through the Commission for Women, and now your life and legacy will be entrusted to us at the Maryland Women's Heritage Center. So we also, since 1985, we have established the exhibit that's there now. We are not totally complete yet. We'll have your 6 panels done hopefully by mid-September, and we'll have some sort of celebration where we can recognize the past women from 1985, which is about 180 women. So it's quite impressive to see that much. So you're joining some fabulous company there. In addition to the Women's Hall of Fame exhibit, we also have our new Images and Expressions, which is Maryland Women in the Arts. We have a STEM exhibit, which talks about Maryland women in STEM careers, as well as unsung heroines across Maryland, and the women that were suffragettes in Maryland. So not only do we have the Women in the Hall of Fame, but we also have a broad number of fabulous women, sung and unsung, that are part of our women's community. And I'd also like to introduce Loretta Luminatus, who is the producer, who did the interviews this afternoon with the inductees, and also will have the program filmed. Those will be available later, probably on our website. We'll share that with the Commission for Women as well. So again, thank you. We look forward to seeing you at the Hall of Fame exhibit in Baltimore. There's also some information cards out front, or if you'd like to be a member or join us, I'll be around this evening. Again, congratulations to the newest inductees, and you're joining some great other company of women.
And we've been joined by Delegate Susan Lee. Thank you. Senator, I'm sorry. The 6 individuals that were just recognized and are being inducted are exceptional women. Women whose accomplishments and contributions will affect and benefit our state and our nation for generations to come. And speaking of generations of excellence, let's now turn to the next generation, this legacy of leadership. Earlier, Wandra told us that 67 students were nominated from schools across the state for the Women of Tomorrow Award, and they are an extraordinary lot. It is an honor just to have been nominated. From the list of exceptionally high achievers were selected 5 shining stars. Samantha Blizzard has joined us here and will present each student with a citation from Governor Larry Hogan, along with the 2016 Women of Tomorrow Committee chairs, Lorna Ford and Wandra Ashley Williams. Our first Woman of Tomorrow is Sophia Corona. Sophia, will you come to the front and join us? An 8th grader at Oklahoma Road Middle School. Sophia has kept up a straight A record with a 4.0 grade point average throughout her academic career. Fluent in both Spanish and English, she is taking all honors classes. She's a tennis player and a runner, winning 2nd place in a 5K race that included girls much older than herself. She's a member of the Baltimore Symphony Youth Orchestra, was first chair for the all-county band, and performed at the Music for Peace concert after the 2015 unrest in Baltimore. She's taught English during the summer to elementary school students in Columbia. Clearly a rising star, we award Sophia Corona, who was nominated by her earth science teacher, Sarah Findlay. Congratulations, Sophia.
I'm Sophia Corona. Thank you for having me here, and thank you, Ms. Findlay, for nominating me. I would also like to thank the schools for giving me the resources and all the things I need to grow and become a better learner and a more educated person. I would also like to thank my parents for driving me to all the places to go to, and for my brother for incessantly bothering me to become a better person. And here we have many amazing women that are being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But these people, they've done amazing things, but I'm inspired by the people that many of you know, by your mothers, by your aunts, your sisters, that stay at home and take care of children and work and get educations. And that's where I get my inspiration, and thank you.
Congratulations, Sophia. Our next award recipient, well, we have another special guest. Senator Cheryl Kagan has joined us, as well as Delegate Angel. Thank you. Our next recipient, Simone Desire Gaines. Simone, can you come? Simone was nominated by her social studies teacher, Brittany Norris. Simone is in the 7th grade at George Fox Middle School, right here in Anne Arundel County. Academically gifted, Sophia shares her talents with other students. She is a peer mediator, participating in the leadership group at her school, and volunteers at the library. In addition to her school and community service activities, she started her own dog walking business in the summer and volunteers at her church as well. Simone, we are proud of your all-star qualities and proud to present you as one of the Women of Tomorrow.
I am honored to be a recipient of this award and extremely grateful to the selection committee and all of the commissioners and staff at the Maryland Commission for Women, and also the Women of Tomorrow co-chairs, Wanda Ashley Williams and Lorna Ford, for creating, supporting, and promoting the Women of Tomorrow's award. This award shows young women that no matter where they came from or daily issues they face, they can become anything they want. Before Ms. Norris told me about the Women of Tomorrow, I didn't know of such a program that seeks to inspire young girls to grow, lead, focus, encourage, and seek goals of a successful tomorrow. I am forever grateful to Ms. Norris for seeing in me something I hadn't unveiled within myself as of yet. I am also very grateful to Mr. Dickens, Ms. Jennifer, my mom, and my dad. They have all helped me through my toughest times and crafted the woman I am today. This program has prompted me to encourage my peers, community, friends, and family alike to seek their dreams and become leaders in their own right. I just want everyone to take away from me, all of the other recipients of this award, and the Women of Tomorrow program, that leaders come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and from all walks of life. But inside each of us is a spark that can be ignited into a burning flame of success.
We've been joined by some other dignitaries. Senator Ramirez, please wave. And Delegate Sanchez, please wave. Thank you for being with us. Our next recognition goes to Megan Hannigan. Megan is a star at North Caroline High School, where she is finishing up her junior year. She was nominated for this award by Thomas Thupovitz, her school counselor. Megan's weighted grade point average is a 4.25. She's enrolled in advanced placement classes, including chemistry and calculus. She's on her way to earning the Girl Scouts Gold Award, participates in student government, and as you might imagine, the National Honor Society. She volunteers at her church, the elementary school, and in projects of the Girl Scouts, as well as participating in a 5K race to raise funds for her community. This evening we congratulate Megan, and we look forward to much, much success on her behalf.
I would like to thank the Maryland Commission for Women for honoring me with this award. I'm very humbled and proud to get this award, and I hope to inspire other young women to challenge themselves and make a better future. I'd like to thank my parents and my family for supporting me, and for my counselor for nominating me for this award. Thank you for nominating me for this amazing award.
Our next honoree is Bella Pandia. Bella is a senior at Northeast High School here in Anne Arundel County. She was nominated for this award by her counselor, Mr. James Gondak. Bella has successfully taken 10 advanced placement courses, earning a 4.35 weighted grade point average and a ranking of 4th in her senior class. Now think about it for a minute. That means there are only 3 students ahead of her in her class. She's captain of the school's tennis team, treasurer of the student government, secretary in the Interact Club, a member of the National Honor Society, and she still finds time to hold down a job as a manager at the local Dunkin' Donuts shop. Mr. Gondak calls her an academic all-star, and we agree. Congratulations, Bella.
Good evening. I'm deeply honored to have been selected as the Woman of Tomorrow. I would like to thank my family and guidance counselor, Mr. Gondak, for always encouraging me and shaping me into the woman that I am today. Also, thank you to the Women of Tomorrow Committee co-chairs and the selection committee for giving me the opportunity to receive this award. As I began a new chapter in my life, this award will help me pursue my educational goals and push me towards becoming an exceptional woman. I would like to take this chance to thank my parents for sacrificing everything by leaving their nation as well as their family and friends to come to an unknown nation and allowing me to receive a great education. My transition from a small-town Indian girl to someone who would adapt to a Western American lifestyle began when I moved here at the age of 10. My journey consists of knowing little to no English in 10th grade to becoming the 4th-ranked student in my graduating class. But without my parents' journey, my journey would not have been possible. My move to the United States has shaped my life, making me view education, especially as a window to many other opportunities. Thank you.
Finally, but definitely not the least, we award Hannah Taylor this evening. Hannah, want to join us? Hannah was nominated by her school counselor, Christina Wall. She is a senior at Tuscarora School in Frederick, where she has earned a weighted cumulative GPA of 4.09 while taking honors, advanced placement classes, and a dual enrollment at courses at the Frederick Community College. Hannah is the webmaster and publications director for the Association of Student Councils in Frederick County. She has spoken at the Maryland Association of Student Councils conferences. She serves as president of her school's Model United Nations and is a member of the National Honor Society, the National Art Honor Society, the Key Club, the Student Government, and the track team. And that's not all. She volunteers as an elementary school tutor and math facts club helper. She coaches gymnastics, takes dance classes, and works 35 hours a week. All maintaining that GPA. She truly is a star. Hannah Taylor.
How to find my speech.
On her phone.
This is an incredible honor. I'd first like to thank my parents for always supporting me and always saying they're proud of me. I'd like to thank my nominator who couldn't be here, Ms. Christina Wall, my guidance counselor. She's always been there for me and seeing these aspects of me, so she could nominate me for the award. I'd like to thank the Maryland Commission for Women for making this award possible and recognizing young women for working hard in school, in their community, and in their lives in general. Through this award, you're going to inspire and motivate so many deserving young women, women such as my fellow honorees. These honorees and myself included have achieved incredible things. I'm so proud of the state for being able to nurture beautiful hearts and minds. We're not the only women of tomorrow. Every woman who works to be better every day, every woman who works to be better in their community, every woman who believes in some sort of change is a woman of tomorrow. It's these women who are going to create a better tomorrow, not for just Maryland, but for America and even the world. It doesn't create, well, get that wrong. It doesn't take much to create a change. Teaching English to kids in Columbia, inspiring fellow Girl Scout manager at Dunkin' Donuts, or being a peer mediator. It all inspires change. I'm deeply grateful for this title and the ability to stand next to these inspiring women. I will hold this title with me as long as I live, and I will not stop being tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause